Greetings, hello, and hi. My name is Drew. You're you, and I am so excited to talk about the new Taylor Swift fountain pen that I recently got. Just kidding, didn't get one of those, but I do have other fountain pens to talk to you about, some of which haven't actually arrived yet. I did want to spend a moment to talk about our coming soon stuff, because we don't always do that here, but we have a section of our website that tells all about the stuff that is upcoming, and some of it's really exciting, including the fact that TUZU just announced that they're bringing in an eggplant TUZU Eco T, the Eco T, the slightly triangular gripped one. It's barely noticeable, but it still looks cool. So nice purpley pen, that's coming down the pipeline here soon. Platinum announced that their annual 3776 is going to become available pretty soon. It's green, it's called the Kasumi, and it's got some really crazy, intricate patterns engraved into the barrel, so you should check that out as well. What really shocked me is that Jacques Herbin, which is a long-standing ink manufacturer, a brand that we've had since the very beginning, literally in the first shipment of ink the Goulet Pen Company ever got, before we even were selling pens, they announced some new colors. Jacques Herbin is coming out with 6 new colors. Now, I'm not talking about the 1670 inks. Those have been out, they come out, kind of not regularly, but these are the core collection. And those do not come out with new inks very regularly. So they're coming out with 6 Paris-themed inks that all look pretty neat. I got the opportunity to write with some. Those are on our website if you want to check those out. All of these things that haven't yet released, you can type in your email address into the Notify Me section of these product pages, and we will email you as soon as they come in. Either way, it's a cool place to look. There's other stuff on there, so peruse that if you're curious. But let's get started on the stuff we actually do have right now. We're going to kick things off with a new ink. This is a Ferris wheel press Fairy Tales ink, which means it's one of their smaller ones, which means it is 20 milliliters inside of here, and it means that it is also $20. So this one is called Valiant Blue. It's a lovely light-ish blue. They describe it as a blue ink with a duochrome green gold shimmer, and you can see that listed here on the box. It says the base color is blue, it says the sheen is non-applicable, it says the shimmer is green gold, and the shading is high. So grab that if you want it. It is available now. You can see more online. We've got some good swabs and whatnot. Ferris wheel press, available now. Also available now are some inks from Diamine. These are new, but they're also not new. So the purple edition inks were once available in the form of an Inkvent calendar. The holiday season of 2023 saw the purple edition Inkvent calendar come to the market. And inside of that, there were, of course, 25 different colors, 10 of which we selected once Diamine made them all available in full-size bottles. Those 10 happen to be Merry and Bright, Raise a Glass, Tranquility, Bah Humbug, Astral, Glacier, Velvet Emerald, Moonbeam, Nightfall, and finally Masquerade. I have here Bah Humbug, but they will all be in these boxes. They will all look like this, and they will all be in this neat little legged bottle. So that's nice. I think these are fun. I think that the bottles are cute. And yeah, they're festive-ish colors. I think that, they've done like 4 of these now, so the festiveness is not always like overtly holiday themed, which is fine. But they're all wintry-ish themed for the most part. But it doesn't matter. They're just coming out with cool inks. They're neat. We like them. But again, we only chose 10 to get started. If there happens to be an ink that you had, if you happen to have been or plan to be the proud owner of a Diamine 2023 Inkvent calendar, which I believe we still have some of, and you are in love with a particular color that we did not choose, let us know, because we can still get them. And if enough of you say we should, or if one of you says it enough, maybe we will. I don't know. But either way, those are available now. They are $24 for what, 70 mils? What do we got here? 50 milliliters in this one. All right, moving on, we're going to talk about some pens now. Most notably, in this video, and just in the fountain pen marketplace in general, the Sailor TUZU has been making waves. And that is because Sailor has been putting a ton, or has put a ton of effort in manufacturing this pen as their go-to starter pen within the Sailor sphere. They have done extraordinarily well marketing their Pro Gears, their 1911s, and they haven't really made as much of an impact in the starter market, in the sub $50 market, of which this certainly is at $39.50. So let's take a closer look at the TUZU, which I believe is more accurately pronounced as TUZU, but I would have to dedicate a little bit too much of my already limited brain power to get that done every time, and I would probably still screw it up. So we're gonna go with TUZU because that is what it's going to be mostly referred to as here in the States. All right, here we have the packaging, and it's a pretty neat bit of packaging. You've got a mint blue situation here on all of the pens, not just the mint blue one, because they do indeed have a mint blue one. That one is their, I guess, kind of brand color for the TUZU. It matches up pretty well, so that's kind of the main vibe they're going for here. We'll take a look at the packaging. Oh no, we'll take a look at the packaging immediately. Let's do that first. So you'll see you've got your cap, your pen here. I'm not going to spend a ton of time getting into the nitty and the gritty of it, but I will give you the overview. Essentially what you're working with is that situation when you unbox it, and then inside you're going to have some instructions, and then you're also going to have not one but two ink cartridges, which is a nice little touch. So that's what you get when you actually do get it delivered into your hands. And then let's talk about the actual pen itself. So Brian covered this much more in depth in this video here that I will link. So watch that if you want the full 9 yards, because he goes super in depth. I'm going to cover the basics here. You will see that there is no sort of gap here in the cap barrel transition. It's very smooth, very symmetrical, with a little bit of a gap here in the middle that also acts as a kind of a trim ring sort of deal, but it is a little bit of a gap. And then you see that the cap actually has a soft plastic coating. It's kind of rubbery feeling. It's very soft and provides a nice springy, spring back, and then no adornments here on either end. But once you pop the snap cap, you're greeted with what the TUZU is really going to be well known for, and that is the grip section. So we've got a steel nib that was made for the TUZU by Sailor. This is not a nib that is found anywhere else. This is just for this model of pen. The feed is very minimal. You're not seeing any fins there on the outside, but they are going to be on the inside of the grip section. The grip section is obviously designed to be pretty ergonomic. You've got two flat ends and then a very, very pronounced stop where your fingers, will find their limit. This is where the TUZU is really interesting though. So apart from the converter, which is included, and that's a big win because these converters are not cheap, you have this metal ring here. When you unscrew this metal ring, which uses the same threads as the barrel uses to get onto the grip section, which is pretty neat. Stop it. Oh my God. All right. Oh my God. Stop, y'all. All right. Once you remove this, you free up the actual grip section itself. And once it's off the grip section, this is really all you need to do is remove it to back here. But once it's back here, actually no, it needs to go a little bit farther. All right. Once it's back here, you can rotate it. So if you didn't like exactly that grip, if you had a little bit of an unconventional grip, you can turn it to about there. And at 10-degree increments, you can then wind down this metal trim ring, reassemble your pen without the converter apparently. Anyway, and then there, now you have your other angle. I don't know how I would write with this, but anyway, yeah, anyway. The whole thing is that it's supposed to be your pen, conducive to your angle, and that's what they're banking on. It's a very comfortable pen, but no pen up until this has been manufactured, well, there might have been some vintage ones. Currently, there's no pen manufactured that has had this kind of intent in mind, I will say. There are some pens that you can, there are plenty actually, where you can just take the nib and feed and turn them freely and kind of achieve the same effect. But Sailor is really being intentional with creating a pen that is friendly to a wide variety of positionings, hand movements, and grips. So that would include you lefties out there. You might find that this is your happy place. It is a very comfortable pen, which is exactly what it is out to be. The end here is a little sharp, but it extends, you know, significantly past your grip. So unless you're writing back here, you're not gonna, it's not gonna be a problem for you. You're gonna be just fine. It does post though. Posts comfortably, adds quite a bit of length, but it's a lighter pen, so no worries there. It cannot be barrel filled. It does have a few tiny little holes you can't really see back there, but I mean, I guess you could plug them up if you really wanted to, but yeah. So that is the mint. You do have, it's not one continuous color. You do have several shades of the mint here, as you will additionally have several shades of some of these others, particularly the gray. You've got a dark and light gray vibe there. The black, I think, is just black and black and black. Yeah, just black, but it's a glossy black versus a more satin black there up at the grip. And then finally, you've got these two, which are going to be less permanent than these three up here. The red and the transparent navy are limited in nature. They're not going to be available forever. The TUZU is launching with these colors, but sounds like they're going to have some rotating special editions, which is fun. So right out of the gate, you've got the transparent navy and the red acting as those kind of limited offerings. The navy here that I'm holding is the only transparent color of the bunch, and it is only translucent. It really isn't. Like, you can see a little bit of the converter in there if you really try, but it's just you know, barely translucent. I definitely would not call this a demonstrator by any stretch of the imagination, but the TUZUs are finally here. We've been waiting for them for quite some time, and as I said, we've got more comprehensive video content for you if you want to seek out some more information about this pen. They are $39.50, as I said, but they are available now, finally. We've been waiting for them for a while. I'll be curious to know what you think, but Sailor's definitely putting a lot of effort behind this, and it's always nice to have a new sort of entry-level starter pen, affordable, good quality pen in the market for all of us to enjoy, right? More pens, more pens. We're gonna go with Delta, I think. No, we're gonna go with Sailor. Y'all can wait for the Delta. I'm going in price order for some reason. I don't know why, I just am. All right, black pens. Pretty much the rest of the day we're gonna spend on black pens. We've got two Sailor Pro Gears, not Pro Gear Slims in this case, just the straight up Pro Gears, which are the larger cousins, siblings of the Pro Gear Slim. These are more or less basic-ish pens, but if you haven't been paying attention, Sailor has plenty of crazy, wild color combinations, so it's actually pretty nice that they're bringing in some more conservative colors, or lack of colors. So here we have two Sailor, not 1911, two professional gears in Roppongi gold and Ginza silver. So very understated, very professional bits of gear here, right? And you know, just gold and silver trim. So checking out the gold first, the Roppongi gold, you're gonna notice a metal grip section. Likewise, the Ginza is also going to provide you with a metal grip section. So not something you see every day with Sailors. They have had a few, but they add just a bit of prestige to the whole look and vibe, don't they? It's a little harder to see on the phone here, but there's a gold grip section and a silver grip section. I'll show you photos that kind of make it pop a little bit more, but both nibs are going to have the 21 karat gold nib, and that is something that only Sailor does. So you've got two beautiful, absolutely stunning nibs and two very understated yet fun professional color combos here. And then you'll also see that you'll also see that both caps have matching silver and gold anchors there inlaid into the finial. So again, very classy, very pro, and obviously both will come with converters. They may or may not be already in here. No, not yet. They're going to be in the box. Let's double check. Let's make sure. I would not want to be fibbing at you. Got some literature here and two cartridges. Where's the converter? There it is. All right, we are set. Rest assured, you'll be getting your converter, you'll be getting your cartridges, and you'll be getting either a gold or a silver. But they are available now. They are $360 each. Such professional, so gear. All right, moving right along to our final pen of this video. It is another black pen. This one is from Delta, and it's a Duna. And it's matte black, so not exactly the same sort of black that we were looking at with the professional gears, but a more satiny, matty black. All right, you've got this lovely little bit of literature. I'm not going to open that up, but here is what we are going to open up. And we've got some crinkly plastic. And beyond, as we traverse the crinkly plastic, we are greeted with the Duna. Now, it is a satin black. They call this matte black. It's definitely got a shine to it, but compared to something as glossy as this, it's quite matte. And then you'll first notice that we're also working with an orange ink window, which is very Delta. Definitely fits. Got a little sticky stuff on the nib, on the clip there. All right, there we go, we're good. So we've got a roller clip, which is always fun, and then one trim ring there at the base of the cap. And then we're greeted with the Jowo Rose Gold number 6 steel nib here on the Delta Duna. You've got rose gold that matches the trim and the clip. Really sharp looking. You don't see the Jowo Rose Gold too often, but we know they work well. Made in Germany is the nib. Made in Italy is the rest of the pen, including this very smooth internal piston. And there we see the O-rings and the gaskets. So this is a fully fully manufactured internal piston system. No hidden converters or anything like that. And you've got a lot of movement there too. You can definitely tell that we're going to get a nice bit of ink in here. I will say this is a really well-balanced pen. It's lighter, but it definitely has a substantial feel to it. The threads are really smooth, really well ground there into the material. It's a resin pen, but it definitely has a finish to it that gives it some substantial feel in the hand. It posts nicely. Wait, yeah, there we go. It's not going anywhere. And then that also feels quite nice. It doesn't add hardly any weight to the back. It feels really pleasant. So if you wanted a bit of a Delta look with the orange and the black, but you didn't want anything, super ostentatious, this little orange ink window really does deliver that signature Delta look, but in a little bit more of an understated way. And this Delta Duna is $156, which is a pretty good price considering everything that's going on here. And it's good numbered. And that's something Delta does. They number a lot of their stuff, not necessarily out of any particular finite number, but it adds a nice little bit of individuality to each pen, which is always fun. All right. Well, I think that's about it. If you have any questions, please write them down there in the comments. I will see them. And you can also, obviously, check out our website because I will have all of these linked at the bottom of the video description should you want to click through and go shopping. And if you didn't, that's fine too. Enjoy fountain pens wherever you get them, whatever you have, just as long as you're writing and being happy and telling other people that you are writing and being happy, then that means I'm happy. So thank you for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I enjoyed it. Have a great rest of the day. Have fun. Write on.